بالله وكفى السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته مين في الجولة دي لكن هذا برنامج كأمور عالم كورك جرام ولبا كمدها حوتين تا يمن يولبا أقولادن إن جرجار الانفذي مركبك وإم في سونيون وكجوب داي بدعس برنامجك ياسين وجود بيانا مركبك سريد عيرين ودي قضبة كان برنامج كسين كاي ولبا كمدها روشكي ولبا بارها يانا قريدة ميليتري ولن لا أرجع لواتيا فرتي ساعة لهدافي إنسل واسبيلرين أنساميتي militariga Ruushka oo dhow magaalada Pokrovsk ee markaasaytii gobolka Donetsk barnaamijka iyo Sinkhayna qodobada kale Sinkhay waliba ku midnaha wargeyska Israa'iil iyo waliba tilmaamay bilaago siniyada billianka ee dhiig bax badnaaytay ciidanka Israa'iil intii uu sadaray dagaalka barnaamijka Yaasin ku gudbiyana waaxda difaaca Mareykanka iyo waliba la ku warmahay in yaanka digtii dhowr wadan Carabeed oo ka jirtay Lebanon in Iran iyo weerar qaado doonto Israa'iil لماذا ما رن حضرت إلا سديد معلومات حضرت قداش برامجك يسين كاينا إسرائيل ولبا يقرأ غذائين ميت كأسكر إسرائيلي أو حماس قالن تكرجن تضبط أكتوبر لكهالي كونفورت قز برامجك سين كجود بيانا قلبنا كلنا سين هاي ولبا كملها ويلز يا ولبا وساك قريب جلي شروينا مركزيتي لنكهذا دبدمسك ولبا شركات كجدي خدمة مهمة أرمها ولا شيء فريم على سلاح مرسيسي برامجك يسين كجود بيانا qodobadaas iyo warar kale iyo Sinkayna barnaamijka Amur Caalamka min fayla وهي برنامجك أمور عالمك لدرجة تاريخ دولي بأي كيد انتا لبات سقالك بالله أغوص سند لما كون لباتنيو وأفرت وسارد الدفاع أمريكا كي ولي بالحكور ما هي إني إنك دقدي ودما بدن وعربات يكجرت لبنان إن إيران يفتحتين يقاد ويرر لليابة وانا كقادة دونتي إسرائيليين تا لما معلومات هدرت يتلمان تيسديد معلومات هدرت إن دي كوران ويرردن wadamada Carabeed xadkaas iyo dhulkaas dhown waliba waa la sheegay in ay digtoonadan isla markaasna ay feejignaan dheeriya galan barnaamijka Amur Caalamka la darartan miidka askari Israa'iil iyo Xamaas qabsi 7 Oktoobar iyo wargeyska Israa'iil waliba baahiyay in la heli miidka iyadoo iska caabin iyo ka diidan Iran waa ka dilan Iran tumishan askari oo Israa'iiliyiin ee waa waqooyiga Qazan weerarkaasi ka dhig barnaamijka la darartan markabka MV Sunion waliba uu saqaaday saliida ceyrinka markabkan iyo waliba markaasaytii ku go'doonsanayay badda cas isla markaasna kooxda xuutiyiinta Yemen iyo waliba ogolaadeen in gurmad lanfadi afayeenka xuutiyiinta Yemen Maxamuud Abdul Salaam oo geesiyay usana sheegay waan sheegay wakaalada wararka ee Reuters iyo waliba sheegay in injarna wal xabad roojinga balse kaliya kooxda ogolaatay jiidista markabka Sunion kureed markii dalal badan oo caalamka ee kooxda kala xiriiran taasna ka edsidan meelun kureeyay saameynta markabkan kuweeldadii hadii waa yeedada saliidan iyo saasato dhulka iyo dhulka Yemen taasoo muuqatinayta hubka la qanciyo waa habka la qanciyo xuutiyiinta si iyo markaasayta markabka lan horseeda in saliido wadada ama jidka ka deedi hadda markabka ya fadaha inuu waa ama la filahay inuu seeda meeluusa ku suganya dabka ka dhalay weerarkan xuutiyiinta iyo wali ka shadanya areen qaybta kore ee markabka barnaamijka Amur Caalamka la darartan wiilis waliba uu ka qayb galay munaasabad eedan bilirin munaasabadan waliba markaasaytii lankadow hayaya arimaha dabdamiska walanuusa dhamarsaday fariin adag oo ka eedanga ololaashay munaasabada Boston iyo ka dhidi waa ko wiilis
That's what we did. So maybe a few more of us should be dues-paying members. But I can promise you this. When Vice President Harris and I win this election, we'll have your back just like you've had ours this entire time. And just as I've done as governor and just as the vice president has done, I look forward to working hand in hand with you to deliver for the locals back home, because that's what really matters. But if you'd bear with me, it's a privilege to be in front of this group, but I have to say it's also personal. The Minnesotans know this, and some of you in this room might know. Last year, we lost one of our bravest firefighting heroes, and I personally lost a dear friend. Chris Parsons was fire captain from St. Paul. He worked closely with us and was president of the Minnesota Professional Firefighters. Chris was 6'7", stood out in any crowd, but it's hard to imagine his personality was bigger than that 6'7". He was the most generous and kind and funny individual that I had ever met. One conversation with that guy would make your entire day better. Tragically, we lost Chris in the line of duty. It's kind of heartbreak that no family and no community should have to endure, because every hero deserves to come home at the end of every shift. And know this, we see your noble courage. We're forever grateful to you for going above and beyond to keep all of us safe. And we're committed to building a future that you and your families deserve. As Minnesota's governor, I was proud to bolster resources for firefighter training and education, to invest in the equipment and the facilities to keep you safe, and to sign the most comprehensive fighter well-being legislation in the nation. The resiliency to do this job is incredible. The physical toll it takes on your body, but the emotional toll and the time away from your family. We understand that, and putting the resources into it is absolutely critical. That's why I'm honored to be on a ticket with someone else who has long supported your essential work. As a native Californian, Vice President Harris knows explosive, dangerous, and unpredictable nature of wildfires in that state. She's been to the memorials, knows the depth of sacrifice that you and your families go through. In fact, it's a matter of family for her. The Vice President's brother-in-law, Andy Emhoff, spent his career as a firefighter in Santa Cruz, California, and retired as an IAFF member in good standing. And as California Attorney General, and as Frank can attest, Kamala Harris sued the big banks for mismanaging your state's pension fund. And when she won, she returned hundreds of millions of dollars to firefighters and other public workers and to their families. As Vice President, she cast the deciding vote on the American Rescue Plan, which helped keep workers on the job. And I'll say this, it kept the public safe during the pandemic, and it let local fire departments hire, train, and retain more of the firefighters that we needed. And under her leadership, the administration gave much-needed raises to more than 11,000 federal firefighters. When we're in office, we'll make sure you have all the resources and protections you need to do your jobs, and your service is respected, and that you come home safe every night. We know exactly who built this country. It's people like the folks in this room, firefighters, police officers, construction trades, teachers and nurses and veterans who contributed their contributions to our nations long after they got out of military service. It was you who built the middle class. And we know that when unions are strong, America's strong. Look, this is the time of year that talk is cheap. But that's why Vice President Harris is proudly part of the most pro-labor administration in history, unafraid to walk picket lines with workers demanding better pay and conditions. And that's why she rescued pensions of more than 1 million of our union sisters and brothers, workers and retirees, and insisted that prevailing wage jobs spring from federal investments. It's your construction brothers and sisters know that one. It's that same spirit that animated my fight for labor in Minnesota. As governor, I signed one of the biggest packages of pro-worker policies in history into law, making it easier for workers to form unions, strengthening worker protections, and banning captive audience meetings. Today, Minnesota is one of the best states for workers in the nation. And guess what? It's one of the best states for business. You don't have to choose between protecting workers and protecting business. They go hand in hand. That's vice presidents and my vision for the entire country. Donald Trump and J.D. Vance, they have something a little different in mind. The only thing these guys know about working people is how to take advantage of them, how to not pay them. Every single chance they've gotten, they've waged a war on workers and the ability to collectively bargain. When it comes to so-called right-to-work laws that deprive unions of funds they need, Donald Trump has said he supports right to work 100%. Everybody in this room knows right to work means right to work for less, right to work more dangerously, right to work for no pensions. It doesn't mean the ability to collectively bargain to fight with the dignity that work brings to each and every one of us. Look, I'll keep saying it. Words are cheap. Actions is all you should care about. Make sure you're counting on what was delivered. When Donald Trump was president, he blocked overtime benefits for millions of workers. He opposed efforts to raise the minimum wage, and he even proposed slashing budgets for federal fire service programs. Those are just simply facts. But look, it's not just what they've done, it's what they're going to do. This is the big thing. One of the goals of their Project 2025 is to screw the middle class, making it harder for workers to collectively bargain, allowing employers to drastically cut overtime or eliminate it, slash taxes for the ultra-wealthy by imposing a national sales tax on the rest of us. Look, I've said this, I'm an old-time football coach. If you draw up a playbook, you plan on using it. Project 2025 is a plan to reshape what America looks like, moving away from the middle class and putting it right back on the oligarchs and the wealthy at the top. He said he's going to repeal the Affordable Care Act. That thing is pre-existing conditions. Those are things that make sure that our family gets health care. And for many of our
waayahay guud ahaan wali maanta ka afmanada barnaamijka Mura Caalamka ee Warteelka Arlaadi hamiin fayl